Leo season is upon us. Time to connect to your passion and let it be the driving force that takes you to higher heights. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the sun will be transiting through the sign of Leo, and during that 4-week period, Venus will also be entering Leo. So in this video, I will go over what you can expect when it comes to love and your life overall for your individual sign. And all I ask in return is that you give that like button a little tap, a baby tap. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Now, Leo season will begin when the sun enters Leo on July 22nd at 8:07 p.m. Universal Time, which will be 1:07 p.m. Pacific Time, 4:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be at 6:07 a.m. on July 23rd in Sydney, Australia, and 10:07 p.m. on July 22nd in Johannesburg, South Africa. Cancer season brought the cardinal sign energetic opening to establish renewed goals while gaining the clarity to heal certain relationships, let go of certain relationships, and deepen the connection to your inner truth. Now, Leo season, being a fixed energy, is all about consistency when it comes to your mental focus, your physical action, and your spiritual consciousness in terms of making sure that all three are in alignment to support the goals that you set for yourself during Cancer season. This 4-week period from July 22nd to August 23rd is a time where everyone can tap into those Leo traits of creativity, confidence, and passion to stay true to yourself while working to manifest your personal vision. Now that you know the best way to harness the power of Leo season, let's get into what this Leo season, including that shift of Venus into Leo, will mean for you when it comes to love and your life overall for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 5th house. So Aries, I can start off by telling you that in comparison to Cancer season, Leo season will be a lot lighter overall. During Cancer season, there was a lot of healing that needed to take place with a major focus on family relationships and connection. Now with the 5th house, the theme is allowing yourself to have a good time while allowing your inner child to safely come out and experience what life has to offer. So with that theme, you know this is going to be a much more adventurous time for you. Now the 5th house does cover many areas of your life, including personal education. So if there's anything that you've been studying or that you have been wanting to study, Leo season would be an excellent time for you to do so. Also, if you do have any children, this is a time where you will deepen that connection and enrich that relationship. And in addition to that, if you've been feeling like life has been weighing you down a bit and you've been looking for something that you can have as a go-to that you know will lift your spirits, the 5th house is opening the door for you to remember an old hobby that you really enjoyed, and it's urging you to pick that hobby back up, because engaging in this sort of activity will not only lift your spirits, but it will also have the potential to open the door to new opportunities. Now the 5th house is also excellent for romance and relationships. So let's talk about the fact that on August 11th, Venus will be shifting into Leo. So when it comes to love, with Venus in the 5th house and the sun in your 5th house, this is an excellent energy for love and romantic connection. If you're already in a relationship, this should be a time where the two of you are getting along great. This is as long as this Venus placement isn't in a challenging house or forming a negative aspect for the person that you're in a relationship with. And if it does, just make sure that you maintain a certain level of compassion, which isn't hard for you to do as an Aries, but just know that you might be feeling great, but they may be struggling. But hopefully Venus is in a positive house for them as well. And if it is, both of you should have smooth sailing for your relationship. Now, if you are single, you are seriously in luck, because not only will the sun be in the 5th house, which amps up your magnetism and the probability of you meeting someone new, but when Venus does shift into Leo on August 11th, this will also further amp up the probability of you meeting someone new. So keep your eyes and your hearts open for that, and just make sure that you keep in mind that the person that you meet may not be that soulmate connection that you're looking for. It could just be a very fun physical connection. So just make sure you take your time before you jump into anything serious. Allow the connection to last through a few seasons so you can see the different energy this person brings in different scenarios. That way you can get a chance to see how they handle life in different energies. And if you're still excited about the connection, then something that started off more physical could very possibly end up being a deep emotional and or spiritual bond. It is very important also to know, for any women out there that may be trying to have a baby, the 5th house Venus energy is an indicator of success in that area. Now overall, whether you're in a relationship or not, this 5th house Venus transit is the perfect energy for anything creative, anything involving a connection with kids, and just the perfect addition to that Sun's 5th house transit. So finally, Aries, you have a season of positive energy, of strong romantic energy, of excitement, and even advancement when it comes to your goals and career. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 4th house. So Taurus, Cancer season was a time where you had a lot going on socially, work-wise, and just overall with your daily tasks. So Leo season in your 4th house is bringing you an opportunity to recharge and regroup. You may have been feeling a little drained lately, Taurus, so this energy is reminding you that it is very important for you to make sure that your home base is a source of energy for you. Meaning if your home is a mess because you haven't had time to tend to life's everyday details, that takes a toll on you without you even realizing it. Your ruling planet is Venus, and Venus is the planet of beauty. So you and Libra actually are very susceptible to the effects of your surroundings. So even if you don't realize it, if the energy of your home does not have an open flow, then it can really weigh you down, and it can change your mood, it can change your motivation, and it can even affect your manifesting power. So use this Leo season, Taurus, as a time to really do some mid-year tidying up. This could mean maybe picking up a feng shui book and moving things around to get the chi flowing in your house. This could even mean moving locations altogether if that's something that you've been thinking about. So keep that in mind when you're making your to-do list for Leo season. This is also a time where you're meant to connect with family and heal any of the relationships that may have been strained in that area recently. The 4th house also relates to your inner home. So if there's any pain or stress that you've been holding on to, you want to make sure and take the steps to begin to release that energy. This way you're making space for all of the excitement that is meant to come your way during Virgo season, and I'll get into that a little later when we talk about Venus and love for you. But just know that this 4th house energy of Leo season in no way means anything negative for you, but it does absolutely mean it is a time where you are meant to slow down, breathe, take things in, and reassess. Now when it comes to love, on August 11th, Venus will be shifting into Leo, which will also be bringing the energy of the 4th house to your romantic world. So if you're already in a relationship, this is a time period where you and your significant other may start planning for a family together. Or if you two are already parents, it is a time to give energy to the home and how you both feel about where you're at and where you intend to go, just to make sure that you're both on the same page. But if you're single and you're looking for love, this transit really only brings that possibility if it is a family member that introduces you to someone new. But what I was referring to earlier about Virgo season, that is going to be a whole different energetic shift for you when it comes to love in a very, very positive way. So it may be best, Taurus, if you just use Leo season to have some you time. Do the things for yourself that you know make you feel happy, that make you feel loved, and make you feel even more attractive, because when Virgo season rolls around, you want to be feeling your best, because if love is what you're looking for, the more confident you feel, the more powerful your manifesting energy will be. So enjoy this break, Taurus, and use it to your advantage. Make sure that you recharge mentally, physically, and spiritually. That way you're ready for the next season of excitement. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 3rd house. So Geminis, this is the one time of year when the sun is transiting the house that you rule, the 3rd house, the house of productivity and communication. So Geminis, get ready for things to be going your way. You thrive when you are busy and when you have many different areas of your life taking off at the same time. This Leo season will be a good time for you professionally and personally. Your close inner circle of friends may be hitting you up more than ever, but just know that it will be very important for you to budget your time wisely. As you are watching this video, if you haven't made your list of short-term goals for Leo season, make it right now. It will be very useful, because when you start to have people reaching out to you to hang out, or when you have opportunities coming your way, it will be important to look at your list of goals, so that way you have a reference point for what things you should take on and what things you should say no to. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows, and and where your energy flows is where your reality begins to grow. So if you have envisioned a certain reality for yourself, you want this Leo season to be filled with activities that feed the manifesting of that vision. Your communication will also amp up. So if there's any friendship that has been having issues lately that needs addressing and you've been waiting for the right time to have a conversation with them, well, Leo season is the perfect time to have that conversation. Also, if you work at all in an industry connected to people, this third house transit is favorable for that to thrive during this time, and your creativity will also get a boost, Gemini. So if there's any project that you put on the back burner for a while, now is the time to pick it back up because your visionary outlook will be filled with new ideas during Leo season. So you really can't go wrong, Geminis, unless you end up not scheduling your time and spending too much energy going in different directions without a clear focus. So be cautious of that sort of behavior. Now, when it comes to love, be ready to get some action because when Venus shifts into Leo on August 11th, this will be joining the sun in your third house. So if you're single and looking for love, this is a great indicator that many candidates will show up. Now, this doesn't mean that this is the one showing up, but you will definitely have some prospects and some excitement in this area, which can lead to a potential long-term connection. But Leo season is more of an audition phase for your potential soulmate. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this will lend to the two of you having a lot on your joint social calendar. So make sure, in order to stay connected, that you communicate consistently in terms of what you both have planned. So that way you don't have any scheduling conflicts. Now, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single, the third house is always a great energy for taking short trips with a positive outcome. So if you have the opportunity to do so, take it. This Venus transit will also positively influence the love exchange in your life when it comes to you and anyone in your close personal circle. So Geminis, Leo season is looking like an excellent time when it comes to your life overall and your prospects for romantic excitement. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, yes, it is time to say goodbye to your season, but I hope you all had a wonderful birthday and that it was the perfect start to this next chapter for you. Now, when the sun shifts into Leo, this will be in your second house. So this is that time of year after you've had a renewed, energetic, spiritual outlook to make sure that the next step is tending to the physical world. The second house transit is the time for you to once and for all, Cancers, get your financial situation in a good place. As a Cancer, you understand the importance of money, yes, but you don't live your life for it, meaning it isn't your main focus, which is perfectly fine. However, it is very important to recognize that everything in this world that you encounter, including money, has its own energy. And the more you can create a great relationship with that energy, the more you can have a life of freedom, a life of fulfillment, and a life of peace. Not because you are obsessed with money, but because attracting as much of that energy to you as possible will allow you to share in any way that you choose to, and it will give you the freedom to do the things that you want to do in life without having to worry about your financial situation. So don't be surprised if situations regarding your finances come up for you during the 4 weeks of Leo season. It could be an unexpected bill, it could be an unexpected check. Let's hope that it's definitely an unexpected check. It could be a situation that brings an unexpected expense. The point is, whatever happens, just know that the situation is there to assist you in bringing focus to this area of your life so you can begin to renew your relationship with money, so that way it is one that isn't from a place of lack, but from a place of abundance. The second house also connects you to your self-worth, meaning there also may be a circumstance where you're feeling like you are not getting what you deserve. And this could be financially or emotionally, but the bottom line is this is an opportunity for you to really connect to knowing your worth and not settling for anything less. Not only will this assist you on this renewed journey of fulfillment following your birthday, but it will also expand your capacity to receive because you'll be expanding your connection to what you deserve, Cancers. Now, when it comes to love, this may also play into your relationships if you're in one, because when Venus shifts into Leo on August 11th, this will also be in your second house. So if the topic of money comes up in your relationship, or the topic of you feeling like you're not being treated according to your worth, or both, just know that this is coming up to give you the opportunity to change the dynamic for yourself in this area. This way you aren't repeating the same experiences with finances or with self-worth for a whole another year until your next birthday. The thing is, you want to learn whatever lessons you're meant to learn right now, so that way you can move forward with different renewed energy around this area. If you're single, this could mean that in the dating process, finances could come up, so that way you can get clear on where you stand with that topic when it comes to relationships. Now, this is all just to assist you Cancerians out there in creating the strongest foundation for yourself, but a new foundation for yourself moving forward, so that way the future will be different than the past in terms of having a new manifesting connection with abundance. So just know, if you look out for circumstances that are bringing you the opportunity to create a new relationship and understanding with money, then embrace it. Take that opportunity. You will be glad that you did, Cancers. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, it is finally here. Your season, rebirth time, reinvention time. And I want to wish all of you Leos out there blessings, abundance, good times, and most of all, love. So happy birthday, Leos. And when the sun shifts into your sign, this will be in your first house. So it is very important to know that during Cancer season, that was a time where you were really meant to look inward and do some spiritual and emotional investigation in terms of where you are in life, or where you were during the time of Cancer season, so you could identify any areas where you may feel lack or frustration. That way you can be clear on what changes you want to make during your season. And Cancer season was also a time where you were meant to identify all of the areas of your life that you're happy with, so that way you can also make sure to continue to feed those areas and grow that positive energy during your season. Change is inevitable during your season. This 4-week period represents a new chapter for you Leos. So if you feel yourself seeing life differently, this is a good thing. Remember, one of the guarantees in life is change. When you embrace change and you're excited for change, you can ride that wave and you can thrive. It's when you resist change and allow your fear to overcome your consciousness, that's when you begin to suffer. No suffering for you Leos, not during your birthday season. Allow your fiery passion and your excitement, allow that to motivate you and usher you into this new chapter, knowing that opportunities when it comes to your professional world and your personal world will be showing up for you during this 4 weeks of your season. If there is anything that you've been unclear about, know that clarity will also come your way. If there are things that you know no longer serve you, let them go and leave them in the past where they belong. That way you can make room for the blessings that are coming your way. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will be shifting into Leo on August 11th, which will also be in your first house. So this will be a major shift from that Venus in your 12th house energy. The first house transit will boost your confidence and it will increase your magnetism. You will probably find yourself wanting to change up your look a bit, so that way you can express that new energy that you're feeling. If you're single, this isn't necessarily the strongest energy for meeting someone new, but it isn't an indication that you won't either. So it is possible. Whether you're single or in a relationship though, this first house Venus energy does boost your social recognition. Meaning if you're on social media, this may increase your engagement. If you work with the public or with performance in any way, it's also very positive for that. But an even more exciting piece of this puzzle is the potential that will come along for a very positive experience if you choose to travel during this time. So if any sort of vacation opportunity comes up, Leos, even if it's just an Airbnb staycation down the street, take it, because this sort of activity can yield very positive results for you. So overall, Leos, your season is going to be the shift that you have been looking for. Just make sure to embrace any change that comes along and know, even if it is difficult, in the long run, you will see how it is the absolute best thing for you. So live it up, love it up, happy birthday, and happy Leo season. Okay, my powerful Virgos, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 12th house. So Virgos, get ready for a pretty intense 4-week period. If you feel a bit of heaviness coming on, don't allow fear to creep in with it. Just know that it's an indication that this 4-week period of Leo season is a time for you to retreat from the world a bit and give yourself the space to do some soul searching, some introspection, with the intention of answering some of life's difficult questions, but some of life's very important questions. This is a time where you will have events, circumstances, or even just feelings that come up that may bring frustration or dissatisfaction, but this is a good thing because this is to give you the opportunity to identify the areas of your life where you desire change and then begin the process of coming up with a plan on how you will implement that change. Having those identifiable areas and that plan clear and ready for you to take action when your season comes around. Now, it is very important that during these times, if something does come up, that you don't focus at all on who is at fault. All that matters is what you want in terms of change and new energy, and then deciding how you're going to go about getting there. This could be with relationships, this could be with your professional world, and make sure you choose to look at this process, including the experiences involved, as a positive and exciting journey, because taking that perspective will only assist you in seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and seeing the gifts that are coming your way with each situation. As a Virgo, you are so capable of greatness in so many areas, but you do have a tendency, because you are driven and because you don't like to give up, you have a tendency to stay in situations that aren't the best for you a bit longer than what is most beneficial. So think of this 12th house transit, Virgos, as a spiritual retreat where you get to focus on your needs, your truth, and the excitement for your new future. Now, when it comes to love, it is a very similar message because Venus will also be shifting into Leo on August 11th, which will be in your 12th house. So this is good news because it will bring even more energy to the power and probability of change in your world of romance and romantic relationships. Now, if you're in a relationship, this is when your intuition and your connection to your truth will help you to reveal how you genuinely feel about that relationship and where you see it going, and then giving you the strength to implement the necessary actions to take it to that place that you envision. If the love is right for you, it will only deepen the connection and lead to the relationship thriving as you work your way to your season. And if the relationship isn't right, the truth of that will be revealed to you as well, also giving you the strength to disconnect if necessary and make room for a connection that you truly deserve. Now, if you're single, this could lend to you meeting someone new, but having the urge to keep the relationship more protected and more hidden until sometime in the future when you feel like introducing this new connection to the world. So overall, Virgos, the 4 weeks of Leo season is going to be an incredible journey for you as you navigate the inner you to come out on the other side, ready for your season and ready to step into a new chapter. So embrace this opportunity and live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Virgos. Okay, my powerful Libras, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 11th house. So Libras, I have great news for you. This will be one of your best 4-week periods of the year. The 11th house is all about social interaction, new experiences, and dreams coming true. Now, remember, when I say one of your best 4-week periods of the year, this doesn't mean that there won't be any challenging experiences. It does mean, however, that if any challenging experiences come to pass, that you will know for sure that they will be for your own good, for your advancement, and for your benefit as a human being. So if something challenging does come up for you, Libras, just know that it's the universe's way of helping to make sure your dreams are coming true and that you're on the right path. You know, when you hear success stories from people and they say that, well, this one thing happened to me and it was very difficult, but if it had never happened to me, it would have never led me to this other experience, which resulted in me getting exactly what I envisioned for myself later on. So the good news about this is that whatever does take place for you during this 4-week period of Leo season, just know it is the universe's way of making sure that you are on the right path. The important thing is making sure that you are clear on what it is that you do envision for yourself. And just know it doesn't need to be down to the last detail. As a Libra, sometimes broad strokes are the easiest. So just envision the overall picture that you have for yourself and let the details work themselves out along the way. You will also be feeling more social during Leo season, and this will boost your overall energy. So this will help you to keep a good mood and overall emotional disposition. Also, the 11th house does indicate making new friends or deepening the connection that you have with friends that are already in your life. Now, when it comes to love, the news is just as exciting because on August 11th, Venus will be shifting into Leo, which will also be in your 11th house. So for those of you out there that are single and you've been wanting to manifest love, make sure that you get out and you interact with friends and go to social events and even connect with people online. Because the thing is, the 11th house indicates that social activity is the opening to manifesting the things that you desire. So you could very well meet the person that you've been wanting to manifest either through a friend or at an event that a friend invites you to. If you're already in a relationship, this is a harmonious transit where you and your significant other may find new group groups of friends or just have fun blending the groups that the two of you already have. So overall, Libras, this Leo season is set to be a very exciting time for you where you won't necessarily feel super responsible. So you'll have to put forth a little extra effort to take on any tedious tasks, but you will feel very excited to explore your social world and your connections and manifest your desires through those sort of activities. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Libras. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 10th house. So Scorpios, this is great news for you when it comes to your career and how the public sees you overall and just attracting more wealth and opportunity your way. Now, if you've been unhappy with your current situation in terms of employment, maybe because you're unemployed or just a job that you don't really want to be at, this is the 4 weeks to remedy that problem. Now, it's not necessarily time to just up and quit your job without any other one lined up. But if you are unhappy with your current situation, the 4-week period of Leo season would be the time to start looking for something new with a very high probability of finding exactly what you're looking for. Then once you find that new exciting path, that's the time to say bye-bye to the situation that you're not so happy with and move on with your life. Also, if you like the job that you're in, but you're unhappy with the pay, now would be the time to look into getting that raise that you feel like you definitely deserve. Now, if you're happy with your job, just be ready for that happiness to continue and for things to grow to even higher heights during the 4 weeks of Leo season, Scorpio, because this will lend to the people that you work with, including the people in decision-making positions, seeing you in a very favorable light. So this is continuing that positive energy that Cancer season was bringing to your world, Scorpios, and continuing that turn around of any challenges that you were experiencing during the first part of 2022. Now, when it comes to love, Scorpios, this area isn't getting that much of a boost because on August 11th, Venus will be shifting into Leo, which will be in your 10th house, which if you're single and you're looking for love, this could mean that you could form some sort of romantic connection with someone older than you or some sort of authority figure, but just make sure that the balance of energy is something that is good for you long term, or that you get into the connection with the understanding that it may come with some obstacles brought on by that imbalance of power and that imbalance of dynamic. If you're already in a relationship, this 10th house of Venus transit could indicate that you and your significant other may have an opportunity to make some money together or take on a project together that could lead to more opportunity. And overall, whether you're in a relationship or not, this 10th house Venus transit can also attract the right people and the right circumstances to assist you in forward movement when it comes to your career. So Scorpios, the 4 weeks of Leo season looks like a perfect time to get your career in alignment with the fulfillment that you deserve. So this way, this area of your life can be a source of support and pleasure as opposed to a source of stress. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Scorpios. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 9th house, which is great news for you Sagittarians out there because Sagittarius is actually the ruler of the 9th house. So you will be in your power for the 4 weeks of Leo season. Expect unforeseen good fortune to be coming your way, and if the opportunity to travel comes up during the 4 weeks of Leo season, make sure to take that opportunity because with this energy of the 9th house supporting your natural energy, this could yield not only good times, but good luck as well. So keep your eyes and your hearts open for an experience that really opens the door to deeper meaning in terms of your view on life. This could be seeing your professional world in a different way or something in your personal world. This is one of those energetic openings of expansion, Sagittarius, so be ready for a fast-moving, exciting ride. Also, don't be surprised if someone from a different culture plays a role in your advancement during this 4-week period. This is also a good energy for financial abundance, so make sure you play the lottery. I'm just kidding. I'm not telling you to go out and gamble. Just know that your ability to manifest wealth will be increased during this time so you can make your decisions accordingly. Also, if you've been wanting to pick up a new skill or teaching of some sort, maybe it's a spiritual teaching, maybe it's learning to play an instrument, just know that during this time period, your ability to pick up and process information will also be elevated. So this is a much more positive energy in comparison to Cancer season, just in terms of taking things up a notch in your life, Sagittarius. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will be shifting into your 9th house. So if you are single, this means that you could definitely meet someone with very strong prospects for a long-lasting connection on that trip that I was talking about earlier. And if you're not not traveling, this could indicate that if you meet someone new, more than likely they will be from a different culture or a different background than you are. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this ninth house transit indicates that the two of you will have the opportunity to deepen your connection by taking part in a social, cultural, or some sort of spiritual activity. This could mean going to church together. This could mean going on a spiritual retreat together, getting your charts read together. Whether you're in a relationship or just looking to manifest love, Sagittarius, this is definitely a very productive and worthwhile time for you. So be excited for what's to come because the outlook is definitely positive for you. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 8th house. So Capricorns, this is going to be an intense spiritual journey that you're going to take during the 4 weeks of Leo season. By this, I mean that you will have a clarity about your life and the people in it and the circumstances in it that you have yet to experience in 2022. You will see things differently and through a lens that will reveal to you exactly what part these people and these circumstances are meant to play in your life. This is a time of year where anything that you're dissatisfied with will be amplified, but don't allow this to intimidate you or even scare you, because the reason these things will be amplified is to give you the opportunity to transform this energy and release it in order to make way for new circumstances to emerge that will be beneficial for you. Now, this could also apply to any bad habits that you might have. So if there's anything that you've been wanting to stop because you know it's not good for you, the 4 weeks of Leo season will be the perfect time to start that journey of ending that behavior and replacing it with a new behavior. If you do this, rewards will follow, but also know that if you know that there is something that you want to put an end to, but you continue to give it energy, then the negative effects will be more extreme during this time. So this is a time, Capricorns, that is meant for change and transformation. So embrace it, and it can be an amazing 4-week period for you, leading you into the next chapter that will be all about expansion and growth. Now, if there is a situation in your life where you've been wondering if you can trust someone because they may have been lying to you, or you think they may have been lying to you or deceiving you in some way, just know that it is very likely that the truth about this person will be revealed during this 8th house transit. So keep your eyes open for that situation. Now, when it comes to love, on August 11th, Venus will be shifting into Leo, which will also be in your 8th house, which is an excellent energy for deepening the physical connection for you and your significant other in terms of entering into a more spiritually connected phase when the two of you do express yourself sexually. This also indicates that if you're single and you're looking for love, you may meet someone who is in some way connected to the world of psychology, or they do some research maybe of some kind, and your sexual desires will be heightened. So make sure that if you do connect with someone and the physical connection is great, that you don't allow that to overshadow your desire of making sure that the other components of the relationship are in place as well. You know, as a Capricorn, it is going to take a lot more than just good sex for you to be fulfilled in a relationship. So overall, Capricorns, this Leo season looks like it's going to be intense spiritually, emotionally, both when it comes to your personal transformation and growth and when it comes to your world of love and romance. So embrace the intensity, because it will mean change, and change for the better. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Capricorns. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, when the sun enters Leo, it will be your turn. That time of year when the sun is transiting through the polar opposite sign of your sign. So be prepared, because during the 4 weeks of Leo season, this will diminish your Aquarius energy. For example, if you have Aquarius sun sign with Sagittarius moon and Gemini rising, then during the 4 weeks of Leo season, you will be operating much more from your Sagittarius moon and your Gemini rising. Another example would be if you have Cancer sun sign with Taurus moon and Aquarius rising, then during the 4 weeks of Leo season, you will be operating much more from your Cancer sun sign and your Taurus moon. So anyone that has Aquarius in their big three will very likely be feeling off balance during the 4 weeks of Leo season. So it will be very important for you to know the things that bring you back to center, and for you to keep this awareness at the forefront of your consciousness, so that way you don't give into any behavior that could be problematic or outside of your usual personality. With that being said, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 7th house, Aquarius, the house of relationships. So Aquarius, this will apply to relationships with family, family members, with friends, co-workers, and especially your romantic relationships, which we'll get into more when I discuss the Venus transit during Leo season. Just know the sun's energy will be bringing healing and connection to those relationships. So if there's a friend that you haven't spoken to in a while, don't be surprised if the two of you reconnect, or if there was some sort of disconnect that took place in one or more relationships during Cancer season. Be ready for opportunities to show up for reconnection. This is also a very positive energy for legal matters, so if you are in the middle of any sort of litigation, this is a favorable energy for this to have a positive outcome, or at the very least some sort of resolution. This will also be a time where if there's anything out of balance in terms of where you put your time and energy, then this Leo season will bring the opportunity to restructure your time and energy to bring more balance and more harmony to your life. Now, this will have focus on all relationships, but the main focus will be your world of romance and love. So let's get into what Venus will be bringing to the table, because on August 11th, Venus will also be shifting into Leo, which will be in your 7th house. So double the energy, Aquarius, which means double the impact. So if you're single and you're looking for love, this is a very powerful indicator that you could meet someone new during the 4 weeks of Leo season. And if you're already in a relationship, this will lend to the two of you having better communication and a stronger connection. And if you're in a relationship that you've been unhappy in, but you've been indecisive about whether you should end the relationship or stick it out, this 7th house of Venus energy will bring clarity there as well. All positive things, Aquarius. So this 4 weeks of Leo season looks like it will be a time where you might not quite feel like yourself. And depending on your chart, this may be something that brings more levity to your day-to-day, or it could bring more heaviness. But either way, you will be prepared, so you will have your spiritual tools ready to counterbalance any energy that is off. And just know that your world of love and romance will be very positively affected by this double house transit of Venus and the sun. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 6th house. So Pisces, Cancer season was a very positive energy for you, bringing the theme of good times and really enjoying your life. Well, I hope you enjoyed the vacation, because now is the time to get to work. As a Pisces, you have no problem with work, but the type of work does matter for you, meaning you work best in big picture, creative, broad strokes. You can get bored and annoyed with daily, mundane, detailed tasks. But you and I both know that tending to those tasks is definitely a necessary piece of the success puzzle. So luckily for you, the 6th house is bringing you the energy to deal with the details of life. So see the next 4 weeks as a time to tie up loose ends and get your daily routine in a flow that really works for you and really supports success when it comes to you achieving your goals. So if any situation comes up for you, either at work or at home, where it is being brought to light that you might be missing some details in some area, don't instantly go to frustration. Instead, see it as an opportunity to handle something that needs to be handled, so that way it never has to be a bother to you again. Even if it's someone in your life that is pointing out to you that you're missing this detail, try not to get defensive. Instead, say thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I will definitely deal with it. The 6th house also opens the door to opportunity when it comes to you starting a new healthy habit. So this could mean a meal plan or a workout plan or a meditation practice, anything that you know that will have a positive impact on your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being, mentally or emotionally. This sort of practice will have the energetic support to amp up the probability of you sticking to it and you finding long-term success with it. Now, just know, Pisces, that if there's some sort of bad habit that you know can cause health issues, this 6th house transit can also bring this to light. So if something health-wise comes up, don't let it scare you. Just embrace the understanding that it is showing up, so you can give it the necessary focus and make the necessary changes to get yourself back on track and in a healthy, energetic flow. Now, when it comes to love, Venus will be shifting into Leo on August 11th, which will also be in your 6th house. So if you're single and you're looking for love, just know that the 6th house really isn't the energetic opening for that, but it is the opening to give you the time and energy to tend to being the best you, so that way when Venus shifts into Virgo, which will be in your 7th house, you will be ready, because the energy is much stronger for finding love during that time. And don't worry, I will make sure that you know when that will be taking place. If by chance you do meet someone during this 6th house transit, more than likely the attraction will be more intellectual than physical, and you might not be sure about the long-term potential or if you're even truly into them or not, but the spark of interest may be there and it may be slightly exciting, but more than likely it will have to play out for a while for you to be sold on the idea of taking it further. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this 6th house transit is a time where you and your significant other may decide to take on some sort of project together, but more than likely things will just be pretty balanced and consistent between the two of you. Now, whether you are single or in a relationship, just know that the 6th house Venus transit also brings positive energy to your work situation, so look for forward movement there, Pisces. And if you're looking for work, this is a time where the energy is strong for you to find something that you really, really enjoy. So overall, Pisces, Leo season will be a time of focus, energy, productivity, and forward movement, where you're meant to tend to your health, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and where opportunities for professional advancement may come your way. And when it comes to love, someone may spark your interest a bit, but it's more of a time of preparation for what's ahead. So live it up, love it up, and happy Leo season, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. What to expect for love and your life overall during this Leo season. So let's stay focused on making the choices that lead to the actions that will support your truth and will assist you in manifesting the things that you desire and definitely deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.